Welcome back, everyone. The cursed Scotty once again joins us for the podcast.
Hey. Thanks for having me. Always happy to be here.
To be cursed, always happy.
Yeah.
And we have like 3 backups recording this time.
Just in case.
Yeah.
So that we're not filming over ourselves. It's been a while for me too, so talking to the mic is important.
Evan does not have his headphones today, so if he talks off Axis, it's entirely his fault, and you should unsubscribe because of him.
Specifically me.
But leave a comment before you unsubscribe saying, Evan.
You hate Paul, not me.
No.
Oh. Should we do an introduction of everyone, or maybe we don't need an introduction?
Let's do it.
Who are you?
I'm Scotty.
Why are you here?
Leonard. I'm here because you guys invited me.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought you just kind of were in his house.
Yeah. So that was true as well.
Yeah, I had this great cat shirt, and I needed somebody to wear it, so I'm like, well, Scotty could come over and steal
look
it.
at this regal masterpiece.
For all you audio
I
listeners,
love it.
there is a Cosmic Kitten shirt that Scotty is wearing.
And
Yes.
I don't think any cats were hurt in the making of it.
Probably.
I don't think.
They all look like they're being dropped, so maybe. But that's a good reason to watch the YouTube video as well, audio listeners.
There's a YouTube. Oh no! Okay. I was like, there's a YouTube video of the shirt being created because I would definitely watch that video.
Wait, you guys, we have a YouTube channel? We should post to that.
Wait, do we?
We should film some videos.
Yeah, I think we should. You see these videos we're pitching right now? We sometimes film them, and you could see like the outcome.
We
and stuff.
rarely. We're working on getting better with that.
It's gonna happen.
So, Scotty, as far as introductions go, do you want to maybe catch us up a little on what you've been up to personally?
Sure. So, yesterday I just got back from a 3-week road trip.
Holy crap! Where'd you go?
I went to Chicago and then I went to LA down Route 66, and then I went back to my house in. I'm not sure if we disclose our location, but our location of some that's not in it's in Albuquerque. I don't give a shit.
United States.
Yeah. So then
We are in Mother Russia.
But yeah, basically I drove from Chicago to LA twice because the town I live in is in the middle of Route 66 between the two. And so anyway, we shot a documentary for the Park Service. We're going to be having a social media campaign releasing in November, so hopefully I can pass that on to everybody. But
We'll share it on our page as soon as it's up and running.
ooh, thank you.
Is it like a mini series or is it like just one documentary?
It's a mini series. It's going to be 8 web videos, as well as a few periphery videos, as well as a whole lot of just posts about Route 66 and why it's still fun, and actually why millennials and like younger people can get a whole lot more out of the experience than previously realized. A lot of people don't know just why they should or why it's a good idea, but it's basically just a super cheap vacation, and you get to see a lot of history and meet a lot of cool people and
Eat a lot of burgers.
oh my gosh, I had a burger almost every day.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah. There was a couple vegetarian burgers that I could have gotten, but I didn't because I'm not vegetarian.
That's fair. Should have made a side documentary of you eating burgers every different place.
Burger bitch.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of burgers, Route 66, and social media. So,
What was your favorite burger?
my favorite burger. So, yesterday, as I was coming home, I did something I'd been meaning to do my whole life. Where we live, there isn't an In-N-Out burger, and I personally really like the chain. That was one of the only chains we visited, and that's just because I like In-N-Out, and I don't get it very often. But I got a animal style, protein style 4x4, which is essentially 4 patties, 4 cheeses, lettuce instead of buns, and grilled onions.
Sounds kind of amazing. And I think the lack of buns definitely makes up a healthy burger.
Yes, yeah, buns are bad. That's why I keep
I wouldn't
saying.
go that far. We're supporters of buns of all kinds on this here
Very
established
pro-bun.
show. I'm a pro bunyan.
And he also has bunions.
Yes. We don't talk about those, Paul.
That's why
very
you want-
self-conscious.
That's why we recommend you watch the YouTube videos to witness.
You could see my
Sweet.
buns.
So
Evan's buns.
Is you said the
this-
social media campaign is later in July or
It's coming out in November.
November.
So yeah, well, I'll keep you guys posted in 6 months.
Appreciate you.
So
Cool, man. Yeah, we'll check it out and tweet it out to our huge following.
yeah, well, thanks.
Active monthly listeners.
We'll bring you guys up too. So then maybe that, then
It's a mutual.
We'll be Eskimo brothers.
We'll be viral brothers.
well, neither of
think
us
that's
will
how that
have any
works.
views
Also, highly recommend you Google what Eskimo brothers are.
if you didn't already know.
Yeah.
Inuit brothers. Use the correct terminology.
That's true. And then you do the nose. Hello.
Is that one?
So, Scotty, you have 30 ideas today.
I
You were
have.
telling us.
Yeah,
I
we're
ha-
actually gonna be quiet, and you're gonna do all the pitching.
So I've got 2 ideas,
Okay.
and I've got I got two ideas.
All right. Yeah. You want to start us off? You want to do one, and then Evan will do one, and then I'll do one.
I would love to. Okay, so here is my first idea. Thank you for. Yep. So anyway, so my first idea is there's a bunch of guys, and they're all just like
Liking this?
yeah, and they're like, or the girls, doesn't matter. It's just a group of
that?
people having a good time.
Congregation.
Yes, in a room, and they're all swinging around baby wipes, and they're all just like la la la, like having this like silly good time, and that's when a person in a white Klan's hood comes in, and
Oh my god.
all right, hear me out. And so
Who invited this
guy? So this KKK member is like, all right, I'm here for the white supremacist rally.
Oh God.
And that's when everyone says, what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, the white supremacist rally. And the camera just pulls out a little bit, and you see there's a big sign that says wipe supremacist. And everyone's like, no. We love baby wipe. Like, we love wipes. Like, we like to wipe things.
Oh my god.
We think they're better than rags.
Can one guy in the corner have like windshield wipers that he's like fucking waving around?
Yeah, they're like, we're just all about wiping, and this guy's like, this is on me. I thought that was a typo, and like, oh gosh, and that's
Very embarrassing.
and that's my sketch idea.
Oh my god.
No, you might be onto something, because if you ever have used a baby wipe over some simple toilet paper, much more supremacized. It's kind of the best feeling ever.
It's the supreme.
But you got to make sure they're actually flushable wipes, because there's a difference.
Did you know that none of them are flushable? It's all a lie.
No, there's not. They're all flushable because I've flushed them all, Evan.
That's true. I also flushed a shoe once. That didn't go down as well. But the shoe said flushable on it, so
It's a flushable shoe.
I may or may not have written flushable, but that's all that matters is the marketing behind it.
Oh my god.
It's just markering is actually what it was.
Yeah, it was like Andy wrote his name on the bottom of the shoe, but it was just flushable. That's how that went down. Right after I stuck a whole thing of non-flushable wipes. Try to get the shoe to
also
flush it all the way through.
So that's my wipe supremacist idea.
Fuck yeah.
I dig it.
I like
Okay.
it.
So
Is there really a KKK one though? Because I need to write that in my calendar.
A KKK rally?
Yeah. Or is it just wipes?
No, it's just
Oh, it's supposed to be a bad thing. Like we're not supposed to.
yeah, we're not a fan of the KKK. Like the idea
I misunderstood.
So did the Klansmen. So
yeah,
I think I know who we're casting.
as our Klansmen.
We just gotta find. It's the fun thing about this sketch is we have to ask around and say, yo, anybody got some Klansman hoods, and like hope that no one hates us.
Yeah, we just need one. We're shooting a video, a Facebook live stream. We need a hood. Oh,
I don't know if we have the complexion that we could ask for something of that sort. And it'd be all right.
if we just paint Scotty's face a little black, then it's okay legally, and it's less offensive.
Blackface is what saves the white supremacist video.
Ugh. Okay, Evan, get us off this racist curve.
Let's look here what we got in this good old.
And Evan's like, let me look. Pedophiles. Yeah, let's jump onto there.
I'm gonna take a pass, actually, guys. So I have like 3 ideas that I'm not gonna put them all at once. I'll take turns, but So I'm gonna pitch one for Catherine. That's not gonna count as my idea because she meant to pitch it this last time.
Oh yeah.
She was the lady, my wife, that was on the previous sketch when we were out and about. So when you go into Target, you go in there for a specific reason. I need drain cleaner. I stuck a shoe down my toilet and now I need drain cleaner. So you go in there for drain cleaner. You walk out with a whole child's castle, a remote control car, 3 pairs of pants, even though you need 2, and no drain cleaner. And the person at the asks at the exit, what are you in for? Because it's kind of like a prison type of joke where it's I'll have you pitch this. You and Catherine went more through this. I can't remember the punchline to this. And I'm not doing her joke.
This is all on you. Yeah, you fucked it up. Kat was able to pitch it well.
Yeah, she did so well at it, but I don't know her idea to its like full extent.
No, yeah, I don't remember how she did it, but I remember she said, "I'm like, that's good. Save it.
Yes.
Save the rest for the podcast."
Yeah, but then it
we
didn't
forgot.
get pitched, and now her idea is dying
Well, now
slowly
you just
with me.
Yeah, you bastardized it and
Well,
shit on it and flushed it down
You know
the
what?
toilet.
I blame her for not actually getting her idea out herself. No one
idea.
should trust anyone else with their other ideas.
Oh my god! Well, you have to redeem yourself with
Okay.
at least a pitchable sketch.
So you know how you pitch Evanisms? Mm-hmm. So I want to pitch a Paulism.
Okay.
So this
It's like
Paul-
just really handsome people all the time.
yeah. Well, I thought you were going to pitch my ideas, Paul.
Oh.
You son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, let's do
my
Paulisms.
My Paulism is actually just came to me just now when we were looking through your phone for the sketch ideas, and you had no idea where it could have gone because there's no rhyme or reason to the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through just generally setting up your character as a very unorganized type of being, and it's like, oh hey Paul, do you want to come over? Oh dude, I can't find my wallet. It's organized somewhere in my house. By organized, I mean I threw it somewhere, and it could be anywhere. So we get into ourselves into a situation like there's a bomb about to go off because that's your house alarm.
My house is-
obviously,
yeah.
You have a
Diffuse.
bomb and it locks the house down, so you can't get out of the house. Your code is somewhere in your notes in your phone, and there's obviously no way we're gonna find it because you have like 500 notes in there. And there is no note titles of any sort.
And I should have it where it's like, well, I'll there's a search function. I'll search like one and then see if the password's there. And then it's like just a whole list of numbers, and it's like everyone's birthdays, just the dates. And then it's like my bank account number, my routing number, my social security, my phone number, and like the code debombing thing. And they're all like the same amount of numbers, like 2 months. So it's just this massive amount of
codes.
codes.
Like a flashback to when you put it in there. It's like, how could I find this again? And then it has to be some weird, obscure way that
That actually makes
no
sense.
way you would ever think of this a second time.
To never get it.
What am I gonna say when this bomb's about to go off? Oh balls! I'll tie to this. Oh balls! And that's how I know that I'm gonna type that into my notes and find this so we can disarm this bomb.
There you go. I also like the idea of this super organized guy that's not organized. Like he's like, where's my wallet? Oh, it's over by the wall. It's alphabetized. So wall, wallet, and then watch. And it's like
It's the W corner.
Yeah.
But he only does that for like one letter. The other ones are like he has the like number 6 corner over there.
Yeah, anything that rhymes with 6 or reminds me of the number 6.
And so we can't find it. It's either under, I don't know if it's under bomb code or code for the bomb or explosion code. I can't remember
Or
where I put
emergency, yeah.
And all of them was just like, this is an explosively great number. Like
What?
like it's like he's just like, all right, I came up with the number like 92140, and it's just a great number, and like that's
It's
it.
like,
That's
well, you know,
just
like synesthesia, where like some colors remind you of, or you hear a sound and you think of a color. So like some songs might think blue, but like numbers are like pictures and explosions and stuff. So he just references all these random numbers as sounds or colors, and it just makes zero sense to anybody but him.
It's
and
just
it doesn't even make sense to him.
Yeah,
the
because
code
he can't
created in
remember
his
how he
head,
did it.
But the code, he could not remember how he coded it. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
It's like, I color coded it, but I'm colorblind.
So I use numbers for colors as certain characters, and they equal each other. But I can't remember the key. I don't know the key.
Yeah, but turns out numbers as colors is kind of confusing. So I do the sound that colors sound like to be, and what numbers, those remind me of when I count them in my head.
Kind of sounds like green. Green. Good for
When you say it
green.
wrong, it rhymes.
Technically, they all rhyme with green if you say them wrong.
It's like, that's why they're all in the green corner.
That makes sense, right?
mean.
So none of them are in the blue corner 'cause nothing rhymes with blue. That's just obvious.
Oh my God.
And like number
about-
2 is just very sad and red, like in a different corner.
Oh my God. So there is something I feel like we could make of that idea.
Yeah, I like that. The organization man.
Yeah. How to organize your life.
Yeah. So yeah, I had, this is like a long con idea.
Okay.
And me and Evan were in like Rebel Donuts one day, and we saw these art installation like hanging up, and they were charging like $300 for the art in the store, and it was just really simple colors and shapes and stuff, like really simple
a fourth
stuff.
creator could have drawn this.
Yeah, so the idea was we make Evan a website, and we give him some catchy name like Evangelist or whatever, and we promote on Facebook, and we pay for all this promotion to get like 100,000 followers, and we build up this hype around him as this actual like public person that should be, you know, respected and has like a following. That way he can just like water paint or finger paint some stuff and sell it at like exorbitant prices. And we have Scotty walks in one day and like it's on display, and you're like, this is exquisite. I'll take it for 10 grand. And then you write a check and give it to him, like, thank you, sir. And then everyone's like, oh my God, why is this worth 10 grand? You're like, well, you see, because I gave him that much money and that's what it's worth. And like everyone, we just build up this reputation for Evan so we can quit our day jobs and just focus on YouTube selling Evan's like finger paint.
Is this a sketch idea?
No,
or
this
just
is
a
real
business
life.
plan?
Yeah, this could be a
This is
real-
our next step
we're
program.
Actually, that's how we're planning to get rich.
What you need to do is you need to find someone who works for the newspaper and be like, Evan said that like 95,000 was too little, like just thumbs down, like not enough. And like, so yeah, just there's rumors have it that he just turned down a $95,000 deal.
Because he said his art was priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah, for his minimalist poop self
Can
autobiography.
we also have it towards the end? I lose myself in the art where I'm just like, I'm actually believing it now.
Evan, yeah,
and then it's like, Paul, this isn't a joke. Do
I'm like, Evan,
you
we
not
have all
see
this
the
money.
meaning in this art?
Like one of his like art pieces is just burning all the money that he made.
And Paul's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? It's like,
It's
no,
like, this is bigger than all of us.
you don't understand. This is art.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was thinking about that, and I was also thinking of this other thing. There was this documentary on Netflix, and I should have done my research and remembered what it was called, but there was this guy who was like a leader of like a cult essentially, and he invited all these people over for like a self-betterment thing and like toughing your fears and like becoming the best you can be.
Yeah.
And it was like this weekend excursion in Arizona, and then this was real, and he had like a group of like 25 people, and it just got bigger and bigger every year. And one of the big things he would do was they had like a 3-day sauna thing out in Arizona.
Okay.
And they would say like, when you think you're gonna pass out, tough through it and you'll actually become better. And then like people were having these like near-death experiences, and they would actually feel like they were like, you know, like communicating with God because they're literally almost dying. And then like 2 people died and became this huge thing, and he went to jail for like 15 years
Holy crap.
for convincing these people
This
to do this
real?
shit. Yeah, this is real. And I should have found out what the name of it was. I can put it in the description when I look it up again. But yeah, so like he got out of prison again, and he started, and the documentary was him going back into like the self-help
Yeah.
universe.
Oh my God.
After prison.
Oh no.
And it was crazy. And the guy, like, he's half crazy, but half like some of the shit he says like makes kind of sense. But it's a lot like where you're capable of more than you think, and if in the right pretenses, you can kill yourself because you're more powerful than you think. and it was real.
No, trust me, you can will yourself to death.
Yeah.
Like there is a point where your brain is stronger than your body because you will die.
You can like transcend to a higher consciousness of death.
Yeah. It's just freaky that that's possible. And it just planted the seed in my brain that if people are willing to literally kill themselves, I mean, like not willing to kill themselves, but like you can convince people to ignore their safety and do this stuff. Like what kind of shit? And historically, people have been pushed to do some crazy stuff.
Yes.
And I was just thinking the same kind of ideas. Like we sell Evan as this Tony Robbins type entrepreneur, self-help dude, and we walk through LA and we have me and Scotty pretend to be like paparazzi, like snapping photos of him and like being like, what do you think about the big excursion today? Like, who are the people you're going to choose? Like you're not charging anymore. Is that true? You're like, yes, I'm only accepting like 10 of the best candidates and I'm doing it for free. I don't need money anymore. I just want to get my message out there. And like, if me and Scotty are losing shit, like in downtown LA, like a crowd is going to go around Evan. Yeah. And we have like this all set up where we have those like promotions going out. So it's like, it's on everyone's Facebook pages and it's on everyone's Snapchat and we get like the geo filter on it or whatever. And we put like $1,000 up front into just like convincing everyone that Evan's a real website and like a real thing. And the thing is, I don't know what to do with these 10 people once we rope them in, but the idea is like to get them, and we start it by doing simple, and like we can do like some real like hypnosis or like those
research that actually what these guys actually
do. Yeah. And like I've been doing those like Wim Hof breathing exercises, and you can actually hold your breath for like a minute and a half after just like 5 minutes of just like testing. So like you can like kind of like rope them into that with like just like follow me with these deep breathing exercises, and you can hold your breath for 2 minutes, and like they really can if they follow your thing and do it right. And and if you get these people to like actually believe in you and you convince them to do this, and we slowly start ramping it up. And I'm not sure what we ramp it up to.
Are you suggesting we just start a cult?
I think that's what Paul pitched does. Like,
yes.
It's a joke, I guess, but it's just a cult. Like, we're just gonna have a cult.
Exactly. So it's like, but like, so like how
Paul,
we do it.
Do you want to become a cult
like,
leader? Is that what you're telling us right
no,
now?
you're gonna do it. I'm the mastermind behind it, though.
He's the puppet.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that's like. But my idea was like, we shoot like a mini documentary showing how vulnerable people are to fake, and we show how we faked it.
Yeah,
like we show how we faked it, and we become a sensation.
How
and if we can,
people are that
isn't
we can
that
talk
what
about.
Dogma is? Like there's a documentary where a guy starts a cult.
Is it really?
It's called Dogma. Yeah.
I've seen the Kevin Smith Dogma.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. I've never seen it.
Oh, I'll check it out.
I might be wrong.
Because actually, we could really even tie it back into like how the Holocaust was done and all these different things. How people could be convinced to crazy things with less convincing than you probably would have imagined if they're in the right state of mind.
Yeah, like just crazy hypnosis and suggestion, and it's like there's a lot of psychology into
and group mentality,
groupthink. Yeah, and wanting to appease the group and just acting like conforming. And we might have like 5 people who weren't part of the original 10, and they're like hesitant, but they always go and listen, and they're the first people to like volunteer to do the crazy stuff.
Well, have you seen that one experiment with the doctors telling him to send lethal shocks to people?
Yeah,
it was all fake,
and they were like do it. Like,
but people of power can tell people to do certain things, and like none of them said no.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the prison experiments where like if you give like someone like the power to be a prison guard, like they'll like even though they were just some college kid yesterday, they'll be like
exactly the prison guard thing. And the cookie experiment. If you give a mouse a cookie,
they'll just ask for more.
I mean that's just math. Yeah, because the mouse got some good taste.
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, there's something there. I just thought it'd be interesting to do.
I think that'd be actually really cool to do something like that.
If we're stuck in LA for like 2 weeks or something, and we could think of how. I just think it'd be I
think we need to get like
crazy
4
experiment.
more extras to them be the followers, like as well. Mm-hmm. Like there's some random people we pick up on the street.
Yeah, we need people already like down
seeds.
To follow.
We need to plant some seeds.
The thing, the seeds we might want to start is like if we get the name now, and Evan snags like the Twitter. And then we just make like one fake account every couple weeks, and we just tweet him like hashtags and stuff, so that when people are like, "Is this guy real?" and then they scroll through his history, and he's been tweeting stuff for 3 years because we're filming it in 3 years.
This is the Lexicon he's part 2.
Yeah, like he's responding to people for the past 3 years, being active and hashtags and whatnot.
It's kind of great. We need to start doing some long con sketches where we plan 3 years down the road. We have to start planting the seeds right now because I want to do this because the amount of investment you need for that is just amazing.
And all it is like a 2-minute like sketch video. Like, oh, look at this.
Well, people are gullible.
We like don't even like really show it that well, and everyone's like, "What was that?"
We lure them to a building. It's like we did it, and then we just run away, and that's it. We leave them there to their own devices,
and they're just like, what? Have you guys seen Life of Brian?
Yeah.
It's like when he's just like, no, like the shoe or something, and then they're like, oh, the holy shoe, or like it's just like they'll like find a meaning out of like whatever it is.
That's definitely not the movie.
That is Life of Brian.
No, that's not the movie.
What is
This is the movie.
No, it's not the movie.
Audio listeners.
Imagine you're seeing a DVD/VHS being shaken. Maybe it's a Blu-ray, but being shaken.
We saw VHS version of Castaway the other day. I think we were the only people on the planet that day that watched VHS Castaway.
I doubt it. I think Castaway is watched at least every day on VHS.
You really think?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
right
pretty
now,
sure.
do you think there's someone out there in the world watching Castaway on VHS?
Hands down.
I don't believe it.
They're stuck on a desert island, and they're like, "This fucking sucks."
Yeah,
Who gave me a goddamn VHS player?
Yeah, one guy was in a bar and they said, "What movie would you take to an island if you had to be stuck there?" And he said Castaway, and he's been stuck there ever since, watching Castaway on repeat.
He's just
No, but
waiting.
it's a guide to get off an island, dude. That's just smart. That's like an actual instructional video.
Tutorial videos before YouTube came out was Castaway.
Just Castaway.
That was the only one.
That's like narrative like films where just like, yeah, well, really, you can like do anything you want. Like, and they're like, wow, I can do anything I want.
It's Bear Grylls' grandpa.
Like Forrest Gump, like someone was just like, I have Forrest Gump on VHS. I feel like if I had a VHS player, I could totally watch that.
But would you?
And will you every day from now on?
I was thinking like, the retro thing is you get like a record player and you listen to records and you're like, oh, the scratchy kind of like shitty quality of it is like what makes it good. But like, so like imagine there's like a VHS connoisseur who's like, yeah, but I really like the part where like
it gets really fuzzy.
Yeah, or like the fact that it's so stretched out and warped that everything's now red. Like that's the best part of VHS.
I love rewinding it after every watch.
I love the no behind the scenes.
Yeah. Or the fact that like just it sucks.
I actually have an idea from this. It's just we need to have a really like a retro connoisseur who tries to convince like shittier old technology is technically better, like in random ways, like the VHS. It's like, no, guys, you don't understand. It's like, dude, I got a 4K TV. I have a Blu-ray player. We'll watch it on this one. Fuck that. I'm gonna bring my tube TV and I'm gonna watch it on VHS. It's so much better. It's much more elegant.
You're like, try to play this DuckTales VHS on your Blu-ray player. Tell me how that goes for you. Boom. Case closed. This is best.
Check and mate.
Winning. It's like random things like that. Like he makes a fire and put a stone on it to like cook an egg. It's like, dude, there's a stove in there.
He's just
like,
washing his face with human shit.
He's bleeding himself to release the ailments that people have.
They've just got leeches and they're like, no, man, it's just retro medicine.
He's all burning people at the stake because they're witches.
I'm just gonna take my spoonful of arsenic today. Trust me, it's good. He starts spitting out blood.
They're just eating like nuclear like Cheerios and they're like, well, no, that's how my grandma did it. And look how she turned out. And it just like cuts to their grandmother and she's just got like a third eye coming out of her forehead.
Or a gravestone. Yeah. Super dead.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Scotty, you got more short ideas?
I've got another short idea.
A short idea.
All right, so this one's a little bit edgy. Not that the wipe supremacist wasn't edgy. So this one's kind of a surreal idea. I had this idea at 3 a.m. I think maybe it was on the set that we were on that we met on.
Okay.
But my idea was this guy's hair catches on fire every time he gets turned on. So he's just like you're like, oh, you're watching like a movie like with your friends and there's like a sex scene and everyone's like just kind of watching it and someone's like, whoa, dude, what's with your hair? And he's like, oh gosh, like
This
like,
is so embarrassing.
yeah. And they're like, what was that? And he's just like, all right, this is super embarrassing, but every time I get turned on, my hair catches on fire. And they're like, doesn't it like burn away? And he's like, no, I have no idea what it is. It's a weird phenomenon, but my hair catches on fire every time I'm turned on. And that's when like this guy walks in. Like maybe there's a couple other like bits where he like is turned on in bad times.
Yeah.
But then like one of their friends comes in crying and he's like, guys, my grandmother died, and his hair just erupts into flame. And that was my idea at 3 a.m.
Oh my god. I kind of love it, actually. I don't know why, but I really want to watch this video
like,
now.
It should be like, and then like they're at the funeral, everyone's crying, and it's just like a slow pan, and then his hair is still on fire when he's looking at the casket, and then it like fast forward, we're all old man makeup, and we're on like this rocking chair, and he's holding a picture of his grandma, and his hair is still on fire. Like this long lost love.
It's like, have you seen Little Death?
No.
Yeah, so it's like there's a... Oh, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it. But Scotty and every listener watch The Little Death
It's
on
really
Netflix.
good.
Okay.
And yeah, and you'll learn a lot about getting turned on.
Yeah,
I
that's
found
like
it-
French. In France, they refer to orgasm as a little death.
That's
Scotty,
exactly kind of
you're ahead of the curve, man.
Yep.
It's a New Zealand movie, I think, right? They made
It's Australian.
No, I think they're Kiwis.
I think it's Australian, mate.
I think they're Kiwis.
We can look it up right now and see how wrong Evan
No,
is.
remember we talked about this with the Google idea?
Ooh, I got a new idea. Okay, so listen. This is one of my most like out there ideas, and this is another one of like the ether surreal ones because I woke up to help my roommate balloon in the morning. So it was like
Balloon?
Yeah, he owns a hot air balloon.
Okay.
So like,
it's like
yeah.
he just turns into a balloon.
He just
like,
balloons up
Paul just
whenever
walks around the house with his...
with his string.
his roommate is just a balloon. He's like, I just help him balloon sometimes.
Just put my mouth on his.
Hey, guys!
Okay,
New
so
sketch idea. No,
yeah, human balloon. So this is one of those weird ones. So like me and Sahar were like talking about this random, I don't know how it came to be or how we developed it, but imagine me like walking up to like a camcorder and I hit start and then like I awkwardly kind of walk where it's filming and there's like a weird green screen behind me and I'm just I'm myself, basically like a weird awkward, like don't know how to handle myself and I'm obviously nervous and I just start hi, my name is Steve. I am friendly according to friends and family. Just last week I bumped my head. The doctor said I might be dead in just 3 weeks. Yesterday, my family called me names according to their diaries. I snuck into all of their rooms so I could see what they called me in secrecy. According to their diaries. Dear diary, Steve seems to be socially inept, and I quite finally find him frankly scary at times. And last week he stole my iPod, and he's been listening to that That's Not My Name song on repeat for the past 3 weeks, and he won't get me back my iPod, and he yells at me when I ask for it back, leading me to believe that he has obsessive compulsive tendencies with an aggressive bipolar disorder. Shut the fuck up, Sarah! You don't fucking know what I have. You're not a doctor. When's the last time you read the DSM-5? I believe it's a dissociative personality disorder with a tendency for you to be a fucking bitch. But I wouldn't know. Self-diagnosed.
Please, we're gonna film that like right now. Forget this podcast.
That's it.
We found our gold.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
That's all I got.
He's like, thank you, and leaves.
Yeah. I was
Slam poetry.
yeah, so I had no idea. Like I thought like this character is kind of funny to me. Just like I like the idea of like a recurring like Steve character where he films these little like vlogs and there's obviously something wrong with him and like what is his problem? And there's a weird balance we're trying to find where it's like we don't want to be making fun of like like mental illnesses, but I at the beginning where it's like I fell and bumped my head and I have a tumor on my brain, so that's why I'm like acting out and crazy, so that's how we kind of like justify it.
I like it. I really do like this. We need to continue to make connective tissue of that.
And you said it's in front of a green screen, so is there just some like weird shit going on in the background?
No, yeah,
like,
it's gonna be like I figured I'd be like kind of like jogging in place, and I'm just going through all the tourist locations, like the pyramids of Giza, and like underwater,
and they're
like,
just scrolling like side by side.
but
it's
I'm
just
walking
images.
forwards.
Yeah, one of those Star Blast videos kind of thing.
There's just a part where it's just you, but like blown up intensely for like.
Just walking by your face.
Oh
my God.
Well, I think I'm sold.
Yeah,
Okay.
I concur. That's a good one. I like that. That's hard to follow up on, but
You want to wrap this up? Let's have
I'm
Scotty.
gonna save these two for the next time.
All right, sounds good. Scotty, give us the sign off for this week.
Can I say anything I want?
Now you can't.
Hey guys, it's your boys, DIAD. Do it and die.
In the hood.
Goodbye.
Do it and die. Goodbye.
Do it and die.